Good morning, children. Now we are going to start our exercise 10.2, in which we are having a theorem 10.2. In this one, tangents are drawn from an external point to a circle are equal in length. This theorem, in which we are having a circle with center O and P is an exterior point, we have to prove that if we will draw tangents to these circles, then their length will be equal to each other. Earlier we have studied in theorem number 10.1 that tangent and radius are perpendicular to each other. It was the theorem we have studied in 10.1. So using that theorem, we can prove this theorem. It is given to us a circle with center O and radius R, in which P is an exterior point and PA and PB are tangents. In construction, we have to join OA, OB and OP. We have to prove that PA and PB are equal in length. Now, we know the property that tangent and radius are perpendicular to each other. It means that these two angles are equal. It means that if we will consider this triangle POA and triangle POB, we see that this OP or PO will be considered as hypotenuse in this right angle triangle because it is a right angle triangle now. So we are having a common hypotenuse. This angle is right angle equal to each other in two different triangles. And then OA and OB are equals to each other because they are radii of the circle. All radii of a circle are equals to each other. Now, using RHS property, we can say that these two triangles are congruent. Therefore, using CPCT, we can say that PA and PB will be equal to each other. That we have proved over here. Now see, given a circle C with center O and radius R, it is a way to represent a circle in which PA and PB are tangents to the circle from point P. We have to prove that P and PB will be equals to each other. In construction, we have joined OA, OB and OP. We will start our proof. We will take triangle PAO and triangle PBO. Angle A and angle B will be equal to each other 90 degree by theorem 10.1. OA and OB are radii and OP is equal to OP, the common hypotenuse. Therefore, we can say that triangle PAO is congruent to triangle PBO by RHS congruency. Therefore, PA and PB will be equal to each other by CPCT, corresponding part of congruent triangles. Now, it was the theorem, an important theorem. But on the basis of this theorem, few more statements are there which we have to proof of it. Other statements are that tangents are equally inclined to the line joining the center and the exterior point. It means that if we will have a circle in which P is an exterior point and PA and PB are tangents drawn to the circle, then what we have to prove? We have to prove that tangents are equally inclined to the line joining the center and the exterior point. This is the line PO which joins the center and the exterior point. So the proof will remain same. Here we will use the same property that tangent and radius are perpendicular to each other. So this angle will be equal to 90 degree. This angle will be also equal to 90 degree. It is a common hypotenuse and these two are radii. So the triangle PAO and triangle PBO are congruent. Since the triangles are congruent, so we can say that this angle is equal to this angle. And it is the proof of the statement that tangents are equally inclined to the line joining the center and the exterior point. Here we are having the same everything as above except to prove. What will the proof to prove? The to prove will be equal to angle APO will be equal to angle BPO. And then in the last we will write that angle APO is equal to angle BPO by CPCT. The way we have written PA is equal to PB by CPCT. We will prove triangle PAO congruent to triangle PBO using the same property. And then we will prove that angle APO is equal to angle BPO. Here, this angle APO will be equal to angle BPO. It means that the tangents are equally inclined to the line joining the exterior point and the center of the circle. Here, these two tangents are making equal angles with the line joining the exterior point and the center of the circle. That the statement we have to prove. So we have proved two statements, one theorem and a statement on the basis of that. There is one more statement. The statement is that tangents drawn from an external point to a circle subtend equal angles at the center. It means that if PA and PB are tangents and this exterior point is joined with the center, then the tangents will make equal angles at the center. It means that this angle will be equal to this angle. Here this angle will be equal to this angle. It means that tangent subtend equal angles at the center of the circle. It is not necessary we have to write that the line joining the center and the exterior point. Simply if you will say that tangents are drawn from an external point to a circle subtend equal angles at the center, it is representing these two angles. Now, how we will prove it? It will also take the same proof. Simply, the to prove, statement of to prove will be changed. That angle POA is equal to angle POB. Here we will write to prove. And the last, when we prove that the triangles are congruent, then we will write that POA is equal to POB by CPCT. When we prove that these two triangles are congruent using the same RHS property of congruency, then at last we can say that these two angles are equal to each other. Now we are having two statements and one theorem. It is my view that out of these three statements, one theorem 10.2 and these two statements and theorem number 10.1, these are the four theorems. These two are not theorems as per your NCERT, but we do consider as theorem, but because very earlier, these are also being considered as a theorem. And in RSOL book, it is given the theorem itself. But now, in NCERT it is not given officially, so we call it the simple statements made on the basis of the theorem number 10.2. So, these are the statements which are made on theorem 10.2, but the theorem number 10.1, 10.2 and these two statements, the tangents are equally inclined and tangents subtend equal angles, are two important statements. You have to remember these four theorems, and we will solve the questions based on it from exercise 10.2. I am explaining you one question and we will try to solve the remaining questions of exercise 10.2, and if you find any problem, you will ask from me. Now, see the question number 13, the last question. All well that ends well of exercise 10.2. The question is that prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. Here we are having a quadrilateral ABCD. in which a circle is circumscribed, touching the sides of the quadrilateral P, Q, R, and S respectively. Now, when this quadrilateral is circumscribing a circle, what these vertices are become of quadrilateral? These vertices become tangents to the circle, because we know that this circle is touching the sides of the circle, sides of the quadrilateral. It means that vertices are tangents. Now we will use this property. The tangents subtend equal angles at the center. What we have to prove? We have to prove that these sides will subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. It means that this angle plus this angle will be equal to 180 degree. Similarly, this angle plus this angle will be equal to 180 degree. It means that sides of the quadrilateral which circumscribe a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. Opposite sides of quadrilateral. Here AB and CD are opposite sides. AD and BC are opposite sides. The opposite sides of a quadrilateral which circumscribe a circle subtends supplementary angles at the center of the circle. That we have to prove. But as we know, the theorem or by the statement of this one, that tangents subtend equal angles at the center. Here, tangents drawn from an external point to a circle subtend equal angles at the center. As we have proved that this angle and this angle will be equal to each other, on the basis of that, we can have that if dr and ds are tangents, then this dr and ds will make equal angles at center. These two angles will be equal to each other. Similarly, this angle and this angle will be equal to each other. And this angle will be equal to each other because BQ and BP are tangents. Here again AP and AS are tangent, therefore this angle is equal to this angle. Now that we have written over here. Angle AO. Now see what we have to prove and what we have written. Here the question was that prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. It means that we are having given to us ABCD quadrilateral circumscribing a circle at P, Q, R and S. Here circle is touching AB at P, BC at Q, CD at R and AD at S. Now in this way we are having this quadrilateral circumscribing the circle at P, Q, R and S. So the vertices will be considered as the tangents. And we have to prove that angle AOB plus angle COD, these are the angles subtended at the center by the opposite sides. Angle AOB is subtended by side AB and angle COD is subtended by side CD at center. So the sum of angle AOB and angle COD will be equal to 180 degree. Similarly, side AD subtends angle AOD at center and the opposite side of AD is BC, which subtends angle BOC at the center of the circle. So angle AOD and angle BOC will be equal to 180 degree. That we have to require to prove over here. These are the angles subtended by the opposite sides of quadrilateral at the center of the circle. Now as we have just discussed the theorem or the statement, as we know, tangents subtend equal angles at the center. If you write down this statement, teacher will not deduct your marks because they are also aware that it is a theorem and it is based on the theorem 10.2. As we know that tangents subtend equal angles at the center, therefore angle DOR will be equal to angle DOS, angle DOR and angle DOS. These are the angles subtended by tangent DR and DS at the center. Then angle ROC is equal to angle QOC. That angle ROC and angle QOC are subtended by the tangent CR and CQ. So they are equal to each other. Similarly, angle BOQ and angle BOP are subtended by the tangent BQ and BP. And tangent AP and AS subtend angle AOP and angle AOS, which are shown over here. Now, what we have done? We have added all the angles made at point O. The sum of all angles at a point is equal to 360 degree. Angle AOB plus angle AOD plus angle COD plus angle BOC. All angle AOB plus angle AOD plus angle COD plus angle BOC. The sum of all angles at a point is equal to 360 degree. Since the sum of all angles at a point is equal to 360 degree, we have bifurcated this angle AOB. Angle AOB can be expressed as the sum of angle AOP and angle BOP. These two angles when added becomes angle AOB. It means that angle AOP and angle BOP. We can write for angle AOB, angle AOP plus angle BOP. Similarly, angle AOD can be written as angle AOS plus angle DOS. Angle COD can be written as angle DOR plus angle COR. And BOC can be written as angle QOC plus angle BOQ. But as we are aware in equation number 1 that all are equals to some other angles, so it can be expressed as twice of angle AOP plus angle BOP plus angle DOR plus angle COR. For all these 8 angles, this angle AOP can be written for angle SOP, angle AOP and angle this angle AOP and angle AOS. Angle AOP and angle AOS can be written as twice of angle AOP. So angle AOP and angle AOS can be written as twice of angle AOP. Similarly, angle BOP and angle DOR and angle COR can be written for twice of angle AOP plus angle BOP plus angle DOR plus angle COR. Now angle AOP and angle BOP when combined together will make angle AOB, and when angle DOR and angle COR combined together it will make angle COD. So what do we get? That twice of angle AOB plus angle COD will be equal to 360 degree. When we will divide by 2, we get angle AOB plus angle COD equals to 180 degree, the thing which we need to prove. And similarly, we can prove that angle AOD plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. Now, this question number 13 has been solved for you. If you have any problem, you will ask from me, and then you will try to complete exercise 10.2 and submit your copy if possible. Thank you.